Remember that time Disney took away Fantasmic?
Today, we are talking about entertainment changes in Disney World.
Finding Nemo, The Big, the Blue, the Beyond.
Did Bed Bath & Beyond sponsor the redo of Finding Nemo the musical?
Is a stage show located in Animal Kingdom in the Theater in the Wild, which is right between Dinoland and Asia.
It is a new and improved show, and when I say that, I mean it is significantly shorter.
But it hasn't just been cut down and edited together in some sort of like Frankenstein fashion. It has been rewritten, and it's very elegantly done.
So in the new version of Finding Nemo, the creatures within the tank, they are telling the story of Finding Nemo. So Nemo getting lost away from his dad and having to be reunited and all the things. But they sort of act as a narrator for the original Nemo movie.
They also redid the set. So the set is actually very beautiful. It's got like some LED effects and some screens and some brand new set pieces. So I think that was a really nice update.
It's a divisive show for people on this panel. Molly notoriously disliked the original version of this.
It is not a secret that I don't care for Finding Nemo the musical. I do think Finding Nemo Big Blue and Beyond is better. I think being shorter and easier to understand is better.
It was 40 minutes long. Personally, I didn't mind it, okay? Especially if I'm walking around the parks all day.
I think an enhanced production and a better looking stage is an improvement. And I've always said that the cast is wonderful and that those puppets are cool.
I like resting. If I can take in a show, get some AC, and go with the flow, I'm here for it.
Who's my favorite character?
My favorite character, shocking to absolutely no one, is Bruce the Shark. He's the best character in the Finding Nemo franchise. He's a great white shark. And his name is Bruce because he's named after the mechanical shark that notoriously didn't work in Jaws.
I like Dory. I don't know, there's just something about her.
Darla.
I like Bruce a lot, and I like the starfish Peach a lot for a very good reason that is totally not biased.
Because those characters are played by my friends, the Broadway Bradshaws.
I did notice they have not been in any of these episodes.
Jared is currently performing as Bruce the Shark, and Lindsay is currently performing as Peach the Starfish.
Is that where they went?
Which is really exciting. They both have backgrounds in Broadway, and part of the reason they moved to Orlando was to be in this show.
Also, I'm given to understand that based on what Jared has told me, that holding the puppets that he holds is really good for like the workout, so I'm gonna have to take up that regimen as well.
Well, hot dog! That's pretty cool.
They did it. They had a dream and they did it. If you can dream it, you can do it. I saw it happen. The Bradshaws did it. Hugging is back. You heard it here first.
Character meet and greets.
Character meet and greet.
They're back, baby! You can give little huggles to all your favorite characters again.
Everyone knows the cornerstone of every cornerstone? Did I say cornerstone?
A long time now, character meet and greets have been distanced.
So there were ropes up and you couldn't get close to the characters. You could just say hi, take a picture with them from far away, but no autographs, no photos, no hugs. I mean, yes, photos, but no photos and no hugs.
Was this something I ever felt comfortable doing? Not really. I'm not a big hugger of characters.
But now character meet and greets have started to come back in full with hugs, with autographs.
I don't do that. I never did. I never will.
There's nothing like getting to say hello and give a hug to your favorite character.
There's nothing like a weird man who's alone in Walt Disney World walking up to a princess and asking for a hug.
I have a lot of sentimental and emotional attachment to those moments, and so it means a lot to me that I can go hug my friends again.
You do you. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
Oh, I don't know if I have enough emotional strength right now to talk about the day that hugs came back. But I saw Mickey in Chef Mickey's and he gave me the biggest hug. And I pulled away and I started crying just because it was so great.
Don't go hugging princesses. Please stick to the Gustons and the beasts that you're used to. I know that you're gonna hug it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're hugging too much.
I understand this is why you hate Disney adults. Like, I get it. It was more than just hugging Mickey. It was more than just hugging a cartoon character. The world has been horrible and so hard for the last several years, and it felt like we were getting a little bit back. By being able to go to breakfast and hug Mickey Mouse, it felt like things were gonna be okay.
I really like meeting Mickey. Who doesn't? If you don't like meeting Mickey, get out of here. Seriously.
That's a character I will hug. I will hug Mickey Mouse any day of the week, and I am going to leave those princesses be.
The first character that I hugged was Mickey Mouse, and I sang to him. After I sang, he gave me the biggest hug, and I literally had to stop myself from crying.
I enjoy meeting villains. So given my choice, I would meet the stepsisters any day of the week. I enjoy the stepsisters a lot.
My favorite character to meet is obviously Buzz Lightyear.
I usually like kind of a troublemaker character, if I'm being honest. They're more fun, you know? And that can mean characters like Chip and Dale.
I love meeting Chip and Dale because they're always really fun because you always get the two of them together, so they kind of bounce off each other. I took this picture with Chip and Dale on character hug day that is like better than my wedding photos. Like they group hugged me, and it's like,
I find it tricky to meet princesses as an adult because I am super awkward and have social anxiety.
Give me all the hugs! Give me all the hugs! Ah!
I don't like to brag, but I'm really good at interacting with characters, which is a weird thing for an adult to be proud of, but here I am. It's partly my job sometimes, but yeah, I don't find it awkward at all. I know a lot of adults find it weird to talk to like the princesses.
Iana, we hug! Do you hug Iana? And I don't want to be like, that's not how I am naturally. You know, so when I become that in Tiana's presence, it's really embarrassing. I hate it.
Citizens of Hollywood, bring them back.
Streetmosphere is back.
Ooh, Streetmosphere. I love Streetmosphere.
Well, kinda.
Streetmosphere, street atmosphere, is like the entertainment on the street.
The kind of stuff that you can just stumble upon and see happening again. Like, or like in Epcot when you can walk around and you'll see like the mime in Italy or the pianist in the UK pavilion.
Well, once again, kind of like characters, there was some of that atmosphere entertainment that was around during the reopening, but it was always distanced. The Dapper Dans might be up on the train station singing to you. You know, the band might be up on the train station playing, but it was always at a distance, in kind of different, unusual spots, not as intimate of performances.
And to me, this is the secret sauce. This is what I love. My favorite parks are brought to life by this. This is what makes Disney great.
There is a lot to be said for the theming of a space, but what completes it and makes it feel real are people who are in setting and acting in setting. And that helps more immersive experiences sort of exist, because it's not just, oh, look at this building, it's so pretty. You have the mayor of Main Street being back. It would be a way to make it feel real.
Dapper Dans are probably number one. They're the barbershop quartet on Main Street, and they've been back for a while, but they were either on the trolley or on top of the train station, but now they actually will stand on Main Street and do their sets like they used to. So
Probably the Philharmonic. I'm a band guy. I'm an instrumentalist. I think if I was a vocalist, I might say Dapper Dans. But as an instrumentalist myself, I've always loved the Philharmonic.
My favorite Streetmosphere is the Citizens of Hollywood, but they're not back.
I love the Citizens of Hollywood. I think their skits are hilarious.
I love the Citizens of Hollywood and the Citizens of Main Street. Neither of them are back, but oh my gosh, do I have such good memories watching the Citizens of Hollywood just cracking up at whatever shenanigans they were up to. Like, they are hysterical.
They, I believe, are the best Streetmosphere that Disney World has offered. and they have not yet returned. They came back for one day for a Run Disney event, and I got to see them in Hollywood Studios, and I just stood there and I filmed them for like an hour.
I could just sit on Sunset with a coffee and laugh because they are so funny. And I really want them to come back. Hollywood Studios doesn't feel right without them, honestly.
They're amazing. Like, they're brilliant comedians, and they are so fun to watch, and they really make Hollywood Studios for me, and I can't wait for them to come back.
Citizens of Hollywood, bring them back.
I would love to add Streetmosphere to
Me on the recorder.
the different lands in Magic Kingdom.
You know what I think would be fun? If in Adventureland there was like Dr. Albert Falls or another explorer from Jungle Cruise who was like out and about and like recruiting people for his adventures.
If I could add Streetmosphere, I would just add the citizens back. I don't even want to make anything up. I just want to add the citizens back. Bring them back!
Yeah, I'll be jamming.
What would I give if I could live out of these waters in your imagination?
Fantasmic.
Some imagination, huh?
Some imagination, huh?
Magic!
Huh?
Some imagination.
Ba-da-da-da-dum.
Fantasmic is the greatest nighttime spectacular at Walt Disney World.
Listen, Fantasmic is the greatest show that has ever showed in a show.
The most incredible show on property. If you haven't seen it, you've made a grave error in judgment.
It is part stage show with your favorite characters, part water projections, part lasers, part fireworks, all magic. And I love it.
Also, I understand that it has not been available for some time. I do not blame you if you have not seen it during the panini. I do, however, encourage you to go see it when it returns.
It's back in Disneyland and it is not back in Disney World yet. Why? Because somebody hates me personally. That's the only explanation as to why we don't have it back yet.
You are journeying into Mickey's imagination, and it sort of goes awry. You know, it's his imagination is not only good things, but also sometimes, you know, bad things creep in.
Oh, golly gee. My favorite part of Fantasmic is when Mickey fights the big Jafar snake.
Can I say the whole thing?
My favorite part of Fantasmic is when all the characters come out on the boat at the end because I love spotting all those characters. It's like the most characters you can see in one place in Disney World outside of maybe a parade.
When Mickey comes out driving the Steamboat Willie, like steamboat, and he's in his little black and white outfit and all the characters are there. And then he appears up on top of the mountain and then he disappears and he reappears. It's the best. It's the best.
In Florida, my favorite part of Fantasmic is Mickey on the Mountain. This is the good thing of Florida, is that because Fantasmic has its own stage, at the end, Sorcerer Mickey appears on top of the mountain and he kind of conducts the fireworks show.
I'm sad that Fantasmic's not back yet. I'm happy to hear they plan on bringing it back. I'm happy to hear that they're working on it and they're updating it and revamping, kind of like they did with Finding Nemo.
So they are renovating the space where Fantasmic is being held. We know that they're also revamping certain elements. They're going to introduce new characters.
Fantasmic is changing because they are taking out the primarily Pocahontas section. Taking that out and they're keeping Pocahontas, but they're going to add in like some other characters too. Like some characters we haven't seen yet in Fantasmic. Some newer characters like Moana might show up, or I don't actually know who else is going to show up. They haven't confirmed a lot of it, but they are revamping the Pocahontas section, and we get an all new scene, which I'm very excited about.
I don't hate a lot of things, but I hate that it's not back yet. I also understand there's like logistic and operational reasons why it has not returned. I totally understand that, but I also don't like that I can't see it.
I'm okay with it because I live in California and Fantasmic is back here.
I want to see it, and I want to believe in the power of imagination. And it makes me sad that I can't do it yet. And if I do want to do it, I gotta go to Disneyland? I mean, I would love to go to Disneyland. You guys know how I feel about Disneyland. Pretty strongly in favor. But I want Fantasmic back here at Hollywood Studios.
Disney's entertainment is seriously what sets it apart. It is what makes it a theme park in many ways instead of an amusement park.
I'm thrilled that more entertainment is returning to the parks, both because those are my friends and I'm happy to see them get to do amazing things back in the parks again, but also because entertainment really does bring the energy and the life back to these parks.
It is such a key and essential part of the Disney experience. It makes me happy that it is returning to some degree of normalcy.
Yeah, they make great rides, but what people love about Disney are the stories and the emotions that you attach with the stories, and a lot of that comes from the music, and it comes from the characters, and it comes from the entertainment. So to me, these are what make Disney Disney.
Isn't that cuckoo? Guess what? Nice to meet you. My name's Breedlove, and I'm a bit of a loose cannon. But you know what? These loose screws up here in my thinking quarters. Ding a ding a ding. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. One just spit out of my mouth. That's bad when they travel down. I think it came down from the back of my nasal cavity. Anyway, I've never looked back and I've never been happier. Now go watch our episode on new Disney World restaurants.